So this is my night 14 of the Premier League darts through, where we saw this man once then, pick up his sixth night win. Obviously he picked up 6 night wins obviously last year as well, so he's already matched that with 2 more nights remaining of the league phase before the big night in the playoffs where the trophy will be on the line. And history repeats itself from last week. Beating Humphreys 6-5 once again. Seems to be a popular storyline now, doesn't it? 6-5 over Luke Humphreys. But then, I said it last week, it's a dud night again. It was a dud night again for Luke Humphreys, even though he's straight through in both his games against Josh Watt and Stephen Bunting in the semi-final. It was a dud night for Luke Humphreys, and he's now got the playoff spot in his hands, as you can see there. He's now in the playoff places after Van Duren and Sharon Van Veen both lost their games last night, their first games last night as well, and Humphreys closing in on Durham Price as well, who also lost to John Caton. As we lead on to that, it did start off with Johnny Caton defeating Durham Price 6-2. And it's interesting what's happening with Durham Price, isn't it? Because he's admitted that he's not very well in terms of health-wise. He's not very well, which is a shame to see, isn't it? It's a shame to see that he's not very well in terms of health-wise. But he's still, even though he looks well, doesn't he? He does look well, doing his usual wars and all that. But maybe something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about with Durham Price. Obviously, he's been wanting to play in the UK Open Pool Championship as well, which is, if he's not okay health-wise, why would he do that? Why would he, overplay himself in terms of the pool and the darts if he qualifies for the playoffs as well? So yeah, it's quite strange with Durham Price, to be honest with you. But Johnny Caton got back to normal form, normal service resumed for Johnny Caton after he had a bit of a pip recently, Johnny Caton, but got back to usual form, winning 6-2. Then the second quarterfinal, defeated Mike Van Duren 6-5. Dud quality, well, I say it was a dud quality contest apart from the opening lead. The opening lead, both of them decided to miss in total 55 darts in total. The two of them took over 50 darts for both of them to win the opening lead. Obviously, they won the opening lead, and isn't it funny that could have been the difference? That actually could have been the difference in this game. It was just mad to think, but he got the win over Van Duren, winning 6-5, and moved on to the semi-final where he played Johnny Caton, and then he ended up defeating Johnny Caton 6-5 in his semi-final, which was potentially an audition for a potential Premier League darts playoff final between Yeton and Caton, who have by far been the best two players in this Premier League so far as well. Then we saw Luke Humphreys defeat Josh Watt 6-5. Again, like I said, Luke Humphreys did straight through that one. Because if Humphreys didn't win that game, then we'd be sat here once again thinking what a missed opportunity after the night he had last week. Thinking then last week's night would have been just a waste of time, wouldn't it? So, but yeah, I think Humphreys got the win, 1-6-5 against Josh Watt, and straight through to the semi-finals where he did play Stephen Bunting, where Stephen Bunting won 6-5 against Sharon Van Veen. Sharon Van Veen, it was a bit, he started well, didn't he? He did start the game well, Sharon Van Veen, but it just went downhill from there, didn't it? and both of them for me, I don't think both of them played great, to be honest with you, but Stephen Bunting did get the win, and Stephen Bunting got the win to keep his outside hopes alive for finishing the playoff places, but realistically, Stephen Bunting will be the next one to be eliminated from making the playoffs, in my opinion, next week, because next week he will be playing Luke Humphries. And obviously, Luke Humphries did beat Stephen Bunting in the semi-final last night. High quality contest though, wasn't it? It was high quality contest. Both of them averaging over 105 as well. But I just think next week, Luke Humphries will fancy his chances beating Stephen Bunting. Then that will officially rule Stephen Bunting out from reaching the playoffs, and would put Humphries in a very good position to qualify for the playoffs as well. But yeah, good high quality contest between the two of them. Down to the last set decider, and Humphries winning 6-5. And like I said earlier, and ended up defeating Humphries in the final 6-5, just like last week. So the league table looks like this. Luke Hayter is on 39 points, John Kent on 34, both of them have already qualified. But then it's hotting up beyond them two, in realistically a 4-horse race for the playoffs between Derwin Price, Humphries, Mike Van Duren and Shane Van Veen. I still think Stephen Bunting will need a miracle, in my opinion, and everyone else to fall off, which ain't gonna happen for me. One of them players wins, then all of a sudden Stephen Bunting is mathematically out of it officially. And yeah, it's realistically between Price, Humphries, Van Duren and Van Veen to get in the playoffs and join Yetter and Johnny Caton. It's just crazy to see one of them players miss out, isn't it? Really is crazy to see one of them players miss out, but sometimes that's the Premier League darts for you at the end of the day. But that is my night 14 review. Luke Hayter picking up his 6th night win, matching his record from last year, and now Yetter will be looking to break his own record and try and get 7 night wins before the playoffs, playoff night at the end of May. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below on everyone's spot or down below in the comments, as Luke Hayter picks up his 6th night win of this Premier League campaign, and I think that's his 3rd night win in the war as well, I'm pretty sure. So take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.